We rolling? We rolling? We live. Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome back for another video. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Brandon, and I just create videos to help educate people. I got into content creation, marketing, online sales over the last 2 years, and so I use my experience in the sales, in dealing with actual people all across the United States, even in other countries sometimes, doing all these little separate things. So I'm kind of at a weird stage right now because how I got into making money online in the first place was I was a broke college kid. I was a bartender and a server at nights, taking care of tables and whatnot. But the job I had while I was in college was just not working out for me. It was like my third restaurant in the town. After that didn't work out, I was running out of money. I had no job. I was still going to class in the mornings. I was going to the gym. So I was running out of money so quick. And when I didn't want to go get a job at Walmart making $12 or $13 an hour, whatever it was back then, I realized that was the reason I liked waiting tables, was because I could go in for a 4 or a 6 hour shift and walk out with a couple $100. First of all, it's going to take me about 3 weeks to get my first paycheck. Second of all, I couldn't imagine myself having to work at a place like that for anything longer than 4 to 6 months. It's just, I can't imagine myself doing that. And I know everybody says, oh, well, it's a job, it pays, but I don't care. It's not worth it to me. It's just not. If I don't want to be there, I cannot force myself to go. So I have to enjoy what I'm doing, at least to some extent. I got to like my coworkers. I got to like my job. I got to like something. So after applying to jobs, calling these restaurants back, after a couple days, scrambling around, freaking out about money, everybody was calling me back, emailing me, telling me the same thing. Oh, yeah, well, our manager's out of town right now. Or, oh, this position is no longer available. So I keep getting the same things back. I'm starting to lose hope. I'm running out of money. And then I started thinking, what are some ways I could try to make money from my phone? I know people sell things on like Facebook Marketplace. I know Craigslist. But I don't want to necessarily sell my belongings. I want to find another way to start making money from my cell phone. I tell people that's what got me started, and that's what changed everything, was having that first thought. And not only the thought, but the belief. And really sitting down and thinking out this thought process of how I could achieve something. So simply just by looking online, looking up different things. Of course, I ran into scams. I ran into pyramid schemes. I saw courses and mentors and all these different things that I could purchase that were really just an investment into my education. So within a week, that's what I had done. I spent $300, which at the time was crazy considering I could barely afford food and my phone bill. But I spent the last money I had on a mentor and a guided, structured course that was going to teach me about multiple different ways to create money online. Whether I wanted to create and sell my own ebooks, whether I wanted to get into TikTok shop, whether I wanted to start getting brand deals. So the thing I liked about these digital courses that I was buying is that they allowed me to resell them as a beginner. Of course, reselling it is not the only reason you would want to buy it, right? That's kind of the difference between affiliate marketing and a pyramid scheme. In a pyramid scheme, the only way you're making money is by recruiting other people, right? You're not actually selling anything. You're just selling a seat. The reason affiliate marketing is different is because I am getting 80% of the sale for these digital products, these courses, these guides, these ebooks. I'll get 80% of the profit. The creators of the product get 20%. And whoever purchased from me is gaining access to this online community, but they're also gaining access to all the value inside. They're gaining access to the resources. They're getting access to mentors. This would benefit you if you were an existing business owner that wanted to learn marketing so you could help promote your own business. This could be for you if you're starting from scratch and you need a product to sell and you also want to learn the marketing and the sales skills that go with it. Because inside of these programs, that's what the trainings are for. They teach you how to work on your mindset. They teach you how to master content on different platforms, whether it's long form, short form. They teach you how to sell to strangers because nobody wants to get on their own Facebook where their friends and family are and try to sell them something. So you learn how to start from zero. You learn how to build that authority. You learn how to build an email list and start engaging with people that are interested in your products. It really is just an opportunity that turns into bigger and better things later. I didn't buy a digital marketing course 2 years ago because I wanted to resell it for the rest of my life. I got in to have access to these mentors and these training videos so I could use these skills to build something else that's going to be long term. In the 2 years that I was selling these digital products on social media, I was able to scale my online storefront to over 5 figures. As a complete beginner, selling digital products, that means I didn't have to pack anything up and ship it across the country. It was just a matter of access because I'm selling ebooks, I'm selling videos. Now I'm in a different stage where I'm trying to build my own thing because I'm not trying to just sell somebody else's product forever. I know the marketing skills, I know the content creation. I like working with people one-on-one and giving them results. But 2 years of experience really isn't that much time. You know what I mean? I'm still a beginner, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I've still got a long ways to go. But I'm super excited because this is what I'm passionate about. So in the beginning, when I started looking for ways to make money online because I was anxious and I was stressed out and I was a broke college kid, my main motives were really the money and then to prove other people wrong. That said I couldn't do this and said that I was scamming people online and that this wasn't real money or whatever it was. But after you start achieving things, your motives and your goals start to shift. My first goal was to make $1,000 online. Boom. After I got that, I wanted to make $5,000. After you make $5,000, you want to make $10,000. But my thing is now, I don't want to just be selling other people's products. Like I said, I want to create multiple streams of income because that is the secret, guys. The American dream of just working for somebody for 45 years and then retiring and getting to live this happy life, that is dead. That doesn't exist anymore. We know that doesn't exist. I knew that when I was a kid and I was growing up because I saw what happened to my grandma. My grandma retired from a global company and was still struggling and still had to get a part-time job during her retirement. What's the point of retiring if you have to come out of retirement to go back to work and you're old and you're still stressed out and you're not as capable and you don't have a lot of skills because you stayed at the same job for so long and nobody in the job market has to respect your old status at your old job. So they can hire you for way less money because you're competing with kids that are straight out of college with a degree that are fighting for your spot. That's what I mean. A lot of things I do are motivated almost out of fear. Not out of fear like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like out of fear that I don't want something to happen. Like I saw that happen to my grandma, and the fear of that happening to me is what motivates me to take action. So like I said, we're talking about money, okay? So I want to tell you guys, it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you're not mentally capable and responsible of maintaining X amount of money, then you're screwed. Most people that hit the lottery end up going broke a few years later because they weren't mentally fit to handle $4 million. That's what I mean. You really have to become the person before you actually get whatever it is you want. It's all a mental thing for the most part. It's so confusing because we know money is not everything. We know on one extreme end of the spectrum, these people that worship money and have the most money you could even imagine do the worst things in the world. There is no way you can convince me that these multi-billionaires and politicians are all gathering behind closed doors, secretly debating what is best for us, middle class, lower class, future generations, whatever you want to call it. I don't buy it. And on the other end of the spectrum, we know the effects of being poor. We know the effects of not having any money. We know the stress that comes with that. So while we can't worship money like these guys do, we also can't have no money like these guys do. There's got to be some happy medium where you can be satisfied with the amount of money that you have or the amount of money that you make and also be satisfied with the life that you're living because money is not everything. See, but the thing is, you have to learn how to be responsible with your money, okay? I am not a financial advisor, so it would be silly of me to sit on here and tell you what to do with your money. But there are simple things that you could look up online if you're serious about starting to save money. It's never too late to start saving money. The perfect time to start saving money was yesterday, is what they say. The second perfect time to start saving money would be right now. It's never too early and it's never too late, but you got to start. The reason a lot of people aren't good with money is because their parents didn't teach them anything about money. So I read this in a book. It was actually Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is what I mean. You gotta filter the knowledge that you're taking in. Scrolling on Instagram Reels and TikTok all day is not good for you. You got to get some form of education. If you're outside of school and you're not learning anything, what are you doing all day? You should always remain a student. You should always be learning something. You should always have a hobby. You should always enjoy something. So I picked up reading books. I set a goal for myself. I'm trying to read 12 or 15 books this year. I already got back on my exercise stuff. I already got my supplements back. I'm already getting my money up. Opened up a high interest savings account. Made my first investment into a Roth IRA account. There's a Roth and a Roth IRA. This is basic knowledge. You can look this up online. You don't want to open up a Roth account though. You want to open up a Roth IRA because a Roth IRA is a tax-free account. The money that you put into a Roth IRA has already been taxed. So when you take this money out, it is not going to be taxed again. But your Roth IRA is a retirement account. So you can take money out of this account. A lot of people think, oh, well, I don't want to take it out because I don't want to get penalized. You can take it out before, I think it's your 59 and a half. But the thing is, you can't touch the earnings until after your 59 and a half. I believe you can max out your contribution to your Roth IRA is $7,500. So if you put $7,500 a year into a Roth IRA and you're 25 years old, boom, 25 to 65, 40 years of you putting that $7,500 into a Roth IRA that's tracking, that's getting you the 10% annual estimated return, it comes out to be over $3.5 million. And that's if you start at 25 years old. This is stuff that I had to look up on my own. This is knowledge that I had to seek out. My parents didn't teach me this. My parents probably still don't know this. But this is what I mean. We grew up in the best generation because we have technology. This is the era of information. We're in the sweet spot because 3 to 5 years from now, knowledge and information isn't even going to be valuable because everybody's going to have it. Everybody's going to have no excuse to be a genius when you've got this on you. There's no reason you shouldn't be, or there's going to be robots everywhere. Either way, knowledge is going to be so accessible, it's going to be nothing. It's going to be like the US dollar. They dump a bunch of money into the market. Oh, well, the value of the dollar has gone down. That's what's going to happen with knowledge. It's going to be watered down. So a lot of jobs aren't going to be around in the future. There are certain things that AI cannot replace, though. There's other aspects that we have to hold on to and get good at, right? Because it's obvious. If you don't have skills in the future, you're going to be snipped out of society. There's going to be nowhere for you to go. So get good at something. There are core skills that you could master that would just accrue with interest over your lifetime. If you get good at marketing, if you get good at copy, if you get good at content, if you're good at speaking, if you're good at making t-shirts or art, or if you're funny, do something with whatever it is that is leaning in your favor. Everybody has got something that they're good at, or they've got a talent, or they got an interest. You've got to lean into that. You cannot live your life for somebody else because you are going to spend the most time in your life with yourself. Not your mama, not your girlfriend, not your brother, just yourself. So learn how to be comfortable with yourself. Learn what makes you happy. Learn what triggers you. Learn what was fed to you as a kid so you can understand that everything that you see in your reality is really just a projection from your memories, what you've seen with your eyes, and what your parents told you. And just keep that in mind when you're going through life. But my thing is now, I'm in this weird spot because, like I said, I've got a couple of years of experience in the marketing, in the content creation, in the actual sales and dealing with customers, right? But this pivot that I'm trying to make, I don't know if I want to lean more towards the digital product or a physical product, because I think I could create a great physical product or a physical offer. But if I'm selling a digital product, I could be on the beach working from my laptop. I don't have to be tied down to a chair or to a building to make money, right? That's my biggest fear, long term. I also like selling something that is worth high ticket because then you need less sales, right? If I'm selling something for 99 cents, how long is it going to take me to make $1,000? A hell of a lot longer rather than if I'm selling a $600 product. You see what I'm saying? I'm stuck between understanding taxes and all these different things, how to leverage your life with a business. There really are all different types of tax breaks and benefits you could get from having a business and incentives. I've just learned so much over the last couple of years, but I'm just thinking, is this really the route I want to go? You don't have to start a business to get rich. You could get rich from stocks, which is a small percent of people, okay? But it's possible. You could get rich from real estate. You could hit the lottery. You could start your own consulting business, your own marketing agency. You could start getting brand deals and get paid to make those little videos going around trying different restaurants and stuff. What is it that you want to do though? Because whatever it is, you can monetize it on the internet now. If you have a skill and you could teach somebody something, somebody would pay for that information. If it's valuable enough, that's a thing. You got to learn how to create value. You got to learn how to sell to strangers. You got to learn basic psychology, right? It's a lot of information and it all just compounds, right? But like I said, there are core skills that you can learn that would compound and accrue over your lifetime and only make you better and only make you more valuable. And that's what we need. We need to get good at sales. We need to get good at communication. We need to get good at marketing. We need to get good at content because this is the future. We need to learn how to keep moving the needle every single day. We get so distracted with social media and everything that is going on. It's all just outside noise. At the end of most days, I ask myself, how did I get better today? Like, did I get any smarter? Did I learn anything? Did I change the world today? You know, what did I do? How did I improve today? And if I can't think of anything, if I was lazy that day and all I did was go to work and sit on the couch, it will make me upset because I'm like, damn, I really just wasted a whole day. I don't know how many days I got left, and I just sat on my ass all day and didn't do nothing productive. Didn't read my book. Didn't learn nothing. Didn't sell nothing. The thing is staying consistent, staying disciplined, and keeping your mindset right. Keeping your environment clean, right? Control the controllables. Clean up your space. If you got a cluttered, dirty space around you, clean it up. Don't be nasty. Don't be dirty. Your health is very important, and hygiene is a part of your health. Shower, you stinky bum. I was just making this video because I feel like I needed to say that we know money isn't everything. There used to be a time when you could walk over to your neighbor's house and you could knock on the door and they would answer and they would say, oh, hey, Brandon, what's going on? And you could say, oh, hey, man, can I borrow something? And they go, sure, man, yeah, no problem. Now, you know what? If I walk across the street and I knock on the neighbor's door, first of all, they're going to not answer it because they're going to see me through the Ring camera and they're going to be like, who's this weirdo on my porch? Everybody is so disconnected. There really is no such thing as community, especially in the bigger cities where there's more people. Y'all know how it used to be? It used to be villages. Everybody used to work together and have a job that kind of benefited the whole community together. You used to know where your food was coming from. Everybody in the community used to raise the kids together. It's just crazy. I'm thinking, man, we're going to have to revert back to some of these old times if we want to progress. Like I said, we know money is not the answer to everything because the people with the most money do the worst things. I'm just trying to find this happy medium, like I said. I think having a business would be cool. I would love to go into business. I just don't know how to avoid the big fish coming for you. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man. We're living through crazy times, but don't lose hope. Do not lose faith, okay? Like I said, we got the internet. Nothing is impossible. We know that now. We got to find a way to come together and make this stuff work for us long term because I feel like the future is really riding on the decisions that we make within these next couple years. We have got a lot of problems to solve in our generation. So, I mean, it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of work and a lot of hustle. But we know hard work doesn't always get results. Sometimes you need to sit in quiet. Sometimes you need to isolate. Sometimes you need to shut the fuck up. And if I learned anything from the last book I read, The Psychology of Money, it is that no one is crazy. Basically, he was saying, don't judge someone else for their investments. Because even though you think it's crazy, it might be a completely sound idea in his mind. You don't know what environment he was raised in. You don't know what successes or failures he's had with money. So you don't know how he thinks about money. So early in the book, it said, come to terms with the idea that no one is crazy. Just because it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean it doesn't make sense or it won't benefit somebody else. So just remember that when somebody tells you that you're crazy and that whatever you want to do isn't going to work. It's a two-sided coin. That's all I got. Thank you guys for sitting with me through this video. If you like the video, if you got any questions, if you want to add on to anything I said, comment on the video. I appreciate you guys for watching this. I hope you got some value out of this. If you got any questions about investments, affiliate marketing, or anything else, just shoot me a message. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you're not already. Check back soon for updates, and I will see you guys next time.